What is up, everybody? It is Wick here, and I'm about to go thrifting, but I got some things I've sold on eBay. I want to show you what those are, and then I want you to go thrifting with me. So let's go. Sold a pair of Crocs. I picked these up at Salvation Army for $7.99, and I sold them for $60 plus shipping for a total of $77.54. Also recently shipped another pair I got there. Paid $7.99 for those. I sold those for, I believe, $69.99. They had fish bones on them. Certain models of these Crocs are great money. Got this Transformers Generation 2 slingshot, still sealed. This is from the 90s. Came from all the Transformers I bought at that garage sale where I bought all the toys, and I sold it for $180 plus shipping for a total of $190.79. I ended up spending $900 on all the Transformers I got that day. I remember getting this at Lowe's. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I think about $8. I sold it for $36. Black & Decker lithium battery. Paid $1 or $2 for this Hot Wheels car at a Goodwill. Ended up selling it for 30 bucks. So I paid $100 for a bunch of the trash pack stuff at that toy garage sale, and I've sold through a lot of it. Definitely made my money back, probably at least doubled my money by now. Expect to make another 100 or 2, really. Sold this one right here for 30 bucks. I paid around $4 for these solar batteries at Lowe's on clearance. Got quite a few of them the day I got them, and I sold this one for 20 bucks. Ended up selling this Marvel Scenic game I got at Goodwill. I think I only paid $1.99 for it, maybe $2.99. This particular one is not the deluxe version. It has the Kohl's tag on there for $39.99. So I ended up selling it on eBay for 20 bucks plus shipping. So here are some rubber foot pads from a Power Legs I bought. It's like a massager. It just wasn't working quite right, so I ended up parting it out. Here's the foot pads. Sold these for $30. Sold the remote for $30. Sold the power supply, I think, for $25. So in the end, I made good profit on all of it, even though it didn't work. Right around the same amount of profit I would have got just selling everything. So I am inside of a Goodwill, and I'm heading over here. I see that there's some new cards have come out. Want to see if there's anything I can buy. I come over here and I see something right away that I want to buy. Multiple things. These Dymo printers, which I've sold before. The 450 Turbo there model, I've sold for about $200 used. I've sold them for parts. They always sell. No power supplies, but you know what? They're only $2.99. Even selling them as untested, I'm going to make money at that price. So yeah, I ended up buying all of those. They're not all the good model, but you know, still, even the older models sell well. You got some dishes, you got a mirror. I'm just looking them over and making sure each one of them is priced $2.99. I don't want one price to sneak in there at like 20 bucks. There they are in my cart. Let's go cart. Let's go find some more stuff, because here's a couple more carts. These kind of look thin. Maybe they've been picked through already. They've been sitting out for a while. I don't know. Still worth looking at these. Got a couple board games there I'm not interested in. This cart, I got a pair of shoes. Not a good pair. A pitcher, some glassware, but you know what? It's still got all these printers. It's going to be some great profit on those. One of the best Goodwill finds in a while, really. Here's a knife block, Hampton Bay, not interested in that. I don't particularly find a lot of great items in this type of aisle, but it's worth looking. Actually, last week I found something very amazing in this aisle. Of course, that'll be in a future video. I'm not going to spoil it now. Here we have some Longaberger, just some like lids and stuff for it. I looked up some of them. Most of them weren't worth picking up. I did buy a couple. There was a, what was it, Budweiser like lamp. Looked like it was a homemade lamp. Maybe worth a little bit. Maybe somebody would buy that. And these carts are from the next day. So this is not the same day I came back in the same Goodwill. Only went to one Goodwill the prior day. And I'm looking again. I got carts in the same place. Trying to find something special. Some photo paper. Some of that photo paper can be worth picking up. I think I sold 3 packs of the HP. Was it recently for like $80? Brand new sealed. Some high gloss or something. Something about it was special, I remember. Those were opened and not worth picking up. On top here, we got a tripod. I see so many tripods. Some of the tripods worth money, over $100 some of them sell for, so it does matter on the brand, the model, all that stuff. Been a while since I found a really good tripod though. Over here in the shoes, got some San Antonio Shoe Company shoes. They are heavily worn, not really interested in that condition. Down here I see some nice looking boots, Proline, and I've sold Proline stuff before, some shoes. I got at a yard sale that were brand new. I think I got about $50 for them, maybe 40 or 50. These, that top like rubbery part on the top, I noticed was just falling apart. You got to be careful when you're buying shoes at thrift stores. You should always do the bend test. Bend them as much as you can to see if they're tearing. Any of that fake leather stuff usually just rots away after so long. So I put those back. You know, they weren't worth much anyway. Probably would have only been able to sell them for like $20 or $25. Again, they were only $5, so it would have been worth it if they were in better condition. Got some Coach shoes up there. Kind of done buying Coach shoes. They just never do well. They're saturated. It's hard to tell if they're counterfeit. It's a very heavily counterfeited brand. Had some Brooks up there. They were a bit too worn. I didn't want to buy those. Over here in the games, I see this Tripoli game, and I've sold this before on Amazon for $60, maybe it was $70 even. It was $3.99. It's in amazing condition, so I picked that up. Gonna make some good money on that. It was complete. So you can see there's a lot of board games. There's a Cranium Caribou at the bottom still. That one's missing almost all the pieces. You got a Monopoly NASCAR game. Not worth anything. It's hard to see really what's all here, the way they got them stacked. Puzzle sealed White Mountain. Wasn't a good one. Wasn't really worth picking up. Maybe could have made like $3 on it on Amazon. I just passed on it. I don't know what it was priced at. Over here in the toys, I'm looking, and right here I find something absolutely amazing. And I did not even know I wanted this. This is something that would have been on my bucket list if I knew it existed. It is a Nickelodeon alarm clock. This is going to be one of my best, or one of my favorite finds of all time. I just love finding stuff like this. The Nickelodeon vintage stuff. It just reminds me, you know, all that stuff just wraps up into my childhood. Yeah, it's going to be a hard item to sell. I might be keeping it, and it's worth quite a bit of money. I bet you'd be surprised how much that's worth. Of course, I'll be talking about that in the haul later. And those are the kind of finds that really make this exciting, is just finding stuff like that you really enjoy, that's worth a lot of money, rare. I picked up some books there at Goodwill, also a book set. I'm in the church-based thrift store now, and I got a bunch of games on the table. I looked at some of them. I didn't find anything I really wanted to pick up, even at 50 cents. Of course, when games are 50 cents like that, there's always some room for profit if you want to deal with them, even if you're making just $5 to $10. I don't want to do that. Right now, I got better stuff to list, better stuff to sell. I look for games I can make like $20 at least on profit on Amazon or something like that. So back here, I see some off-brand speaker and CD player set. In here's a couple cameras. One of these are actually pretty good, a Polaroid. I looked it up. I was surprised. It actually does pretty well on eBay. So happy to have that found for only $2. And you got some random hardware type things, which, you know what? Some of those random hardware type things can be worth a lot of money. In fact, I think it was the last video I picked up one of those Moen shelves that go in your shower. Right there is one. That one is the one that was open and beat up, so I left it. But I sold that for $70. So, you know, people are just leaving that kind of stuff behind. It's good to pick it up, sell it. Here is a vintage Wuzzles bear. I did not pick that up. It's not worth a whole lot. Plus the antennas were missing that go on it. So with that, you know, even with the antennas, you're looking at maybe 15, 20 bucks. So really no money there in that condition. And let's see, there's a lot of plush here, isn't there? Probably some opportunities popping up in this thrift store quite often. I think the last good plush I sold was one of those nosy bears I got about $75 for. And who knows if I ever find one of those again. But here we are in Salvation Army. It is almost empty. As I mentioned in a previous video, they are closing. And yeah, I got a couple things here that were given to me for free, actually. They let me go in the back and, you know, look around at what was left, and there's hardly anything, but yeah, got a couple items there. So probably actually is the last things I picked up ever at Salvation Army right there. Very unfortunate. Yeah, but we're back in a Goodwill now, checking out a cart. You got some posters on the bottom, nothing great. Some stuff on top, nothing great. Beer stein, they usually aren't worth picking up. So saturated, especially if they're missing the box and the little paper that goes with them. So over here in the toys though, hey, look what I found, one of these Caterpillars. So I picked up one of these recently in a rummage sale. Figured I'd pick up this one also, but let me show you everything I did pick up today. It's a great haul. Got some good items. Got some really good stuff here. I guess we'll start back here in the corner with these books. I ended up getting all these for, I think, about $25. I asked if these would be sold as children's books, which if you buy 10, I think they're like $10 instead of $3 a piece. There's no way I was paying $3 a piece for 16 books for this collection. It's the golden treasury of knowledge. Even at $25, there's not a whole lot of money. I'll probably just double my money, make about $25 profit, but books like this are easy to list, they're easy to ship, and with media mail shipping, it doesn't cost much to ship books like this. Also, I had a coupon, if you spend $20 or more, you get $5 off. So, you know, in the end, it's basically about $25 I paid on these. Down here, I got this camera for $2. It's a Polaroid Impulse AF. I did a quick search. I'm like, what are these selling for right now? I was surprised. This model had some good comps, it looked like. Seems like I saw some selling for around $60. I'll have to look it up again. I think between $40 and $60. I was kind of surprised. I could be missing something though, so I'll put the total on the screen. Right next to it, I got these Doc Martin shoes. I paid $3 for these at a yard sale I randomly stopped at. They're in pretty good condition overall. A few scuffs, but I have the Doc Martens Wonder treatment or whatever it is. I put on these shoes and it cleans them up, makes them look great. I've sold this pair of shoes many times, made in England, and I sell them between $30 and $40. It just depends how well they clean up in the end, what I price them at, but you know, there's at least probably $25 profit there. Back here is an incredible find, hopefully. It just depends on how they work. Even if I just sell all these for parts as is, I'm making a ton of money. They were $2.99 a piece, these Dymo thermal printers. I made it very clear in my videos that I hate these printers. I used to have one to do my shipping labels, and day one, I had trouble getting stuff to print. They get stuck. The software just doesn't work right. I am a Rollo thermal printer user. I suggest if you're going to buy a thermal printer, buy a Rollo. I have not had one issue. How long have I been using it now? About 4 years. I even have a review video up for that. Check that out if you're interested. I'm not sponsored or anything by Rollo, but if they ever want to sponsor me, I'd be happy to take them on as a sponsor because I'm very picky on who I choose, you know, to promote their products and stuff like that, since I have a reputation to withhold, and I can clearly say that Rollo is worth it. Anyway, these things still sell for pretty good money. We got some different models here. The best ones, I think I got a couple of these Label Rider 450 turbos, which you can sell over $150, $200. I think the last one I sold, I got like 150 or 175 for, something like that. Even this Label Rider 400 model, which is the older model, you can still get about, you know, $60 to $80 for. The catch is none of these have the power supplies. I do have a power supply because I still have my old printer upstairs. So I'll put that with these and test them. And if they work, I'll order some chargers. Should be about, I think I checked, I think it was like $8 or $9 for the chargers you can buy on eBay. I guess they're not chargers, just power supplies, but that put me about $13 into each one. Some of them I'm making over $100 on. You know, there's easily $500 profit here. Even for parts, which I've sold these for parts. Also, I found one I couldn't get to work properly, and I just described the problems I was having, and it still sold for, I think, over $100 for parts. At least the 450 turbo. I assume some business just donated these. They were done using them. Usually what happens when you see this concentrated stuff, you know, coming out of a thrift store. Yeah, I just picked up some of these Longaberger things here. They're brand new. They're not high end or anything like that, but for what I paid for them, like $1.99, I should still make, you know, at least $10 profit a piece on these. I almost forgot. I went Went in the other room to grab this. I didn't have it on the table. Got this, I think it's Delta Railroad Miner Lantern. But these two things may be the last two items out of that Salvation Army, unfortunately. I went in and there's hardly anything there. And the lady that worked there took me in the back, said, come with me. She showed me this lantern, the Delta lantern here. Asked me if I was interested in it. I said, well, maybe, how much? And she said, just take it. It's free. You've been a loyal customer. I'm like, well, won't you get in trouble if you don't charge me something? She's like, well, we don't have jobs anymore. Don't you think we've been taking stuff out that we want? I'm like, well, yeah, I get that. That makes sense. So I was looking at some other stuff in the back room that was there. I ended up getting, wasn't much. I ended up getting this bag of Hasbro Heroes. So got those. I'll be able to probably make 30 bucks on these. There's quite a few in there. Some of the larger ones would be pretty good. This was surprisingly not worth a whole lot. I think I can sell this maybe for $15, $20 is all, but I appreciate them giving it to me nonetheless. So here's something I picked up at Goodwill for $3.99. It's one of these Tripoli games, and I've mentioned these before. This one is in amazing condition in there. Makes it an Amazon candidate, which is where I sold the last one I got. And I sold the last one, I think, for $60 or $70 used on Amazon. So this one, I'm going to price about the same. Probably send it in, sell it for $60. It will definitely sell. Oh, what else do I got here? I got some of these headphones I picked up at Goodwill. Pioneer, $2.99. Oh, they're worth about 30 bucks. So that was a good pickup. They're in great condition. Got some toys at Goodwill. I picked up this Jurassic World dinosaur. It is worth about $20, I think it was. I'll probably price it like 20 plus shipping. It'll ship first class, I think. And then we got some turtle figures I picked up at the yard sale I stopped at. They were $1 a piece. Unfortunately, nothing too special. They actually had the Slam Dunkin' Don basketball one. He was missing the arm and of course didn't have the basketball. So I left it. He actually took it and threw it away. I should have just took it probably, but I already have that figure anyway. These are just going to be thrown with the rest of my Ninja Turtle stuff. Here's one of these Caterpillars. I picked up one recently at like a rummage sale. This was $3.99. As you can see, you can sell the extensions here, usually where the money is. So the longer the tail, the better. You get around $20, $25 depending on how many you have. This part sells for like $15. There's little plates that go with it as well, which I don't expect to ever find in the wild because they just be thrown somewhere else. If you have the whole set, it can sell for about $40, it looks like. So I just grabbed these and there's going to be some good profit in it at $3.99. Oh, we haven't even talked about my favorite find, one of my favorite finds of all time, right here, this Nickelodeon little clock here, I believe from '95. I saw this, I got very excited. $3.99. It is in such good condition. One of these sold for like $180 some on auction, in good condition like this. I'm pricing this no less than $200, and I might even price it $250 right now because I don't want to sell it. I want to put this on my shelf, and I figure once it's on my shelf, I may just want to keep it there. I don't know. Just a really cool pickup. Any kind of vintage Nickelodeon stuff from the 90s you find, always buy it. And I say always generally because, of course, I'm sure there's exceptions. And then finally, below it, I got this Audio-Technica turntable. Looks to be in good condition in there. Hopefully it works. The needles seem good. I almost thought it was new in box at first, and I saw that, it was probably used. It's got the paperwork and everything. Paid $20 for it. Of course, I have 7 days to do returns at Goodwill if it doesn't work, so we'll get it tested. Not huge money, but it's still a $60 to $100 sale, it looks like. Prices were kind of fluctuating a bit, but I'm happy to find it. There it is, everybody. That's my thrifting haul for today. I really do appreciate you watching. If you could hit that like button for me on the way out, ring the bell, subscribe, leave me a comment, all that stuff helps the video out. You can find me at Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.